Happy Friday. I even had the window open last night. I'll tell you that saga in a moment. Some days are quite interesting. Some days I learn that I know more than I think I do. So, all right, there we go. And we'll give it a minute. I'm going to keep this sticky note attached to my finger so that I remember to say this because I've been meaning to say this since Monday. We're now at Friday. Yeah, the old memory is just so yeah, got it stuck to my finger, so that should remind me. But we'll give it a minute for people to join us, and let's start with some breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. There's Miss Joniel. Good morning, good morning. Glad you are here. Good morning, Gwen. Welcome. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're just grounding and centering. Feet flat on Mother Earth, bum in the chair, just connecting, sending your roots down. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Wiggling a little bit, seeing if there's some popcorn or Rice Krispies in your neck. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. My practical rebels, you guys, you're early morning just like me. This is good. So, wanted to remind everybody that this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Time is our Unity Intention Collective again, which is a half an hour Zoom where we set an intention to share love and prayers and healing with the world and especially our country. And usually we have anywhere from 3 to 10 people, depending on the day and how many times I remember to mention it. So if you'd like to join us, please feel free to do so. If you're already on that mailing list, you should be getting the information all the way going along. The other Bonnie does like a 24-hour notice and a 1 hour notice and all the things. If you're not on the list and you'd like to be on the list, good morning, Barb. Glad you are here. Welcome. You can send me an email at bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com. And I will, and just send me that you'd like to be added to the Unity mailing list, and I will send you the link for Sunday morning. And it's just a lovely little time. It helps all of us feel like, okay, we're doing something here. We're doing a piece of creating healing and peace in our world. So if you'd like to join us Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time on Zoom for the Unity Intention Collective, send me an email saying you'd like to be added to the Unity mailing list. Send it to my email, bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com. Yay, now I can take my little sticky note off. But now I need to tell you about what I did yesterday. I watched one YouTube video on how to do this, and I did it. Yay me. My window air conditioner had been smelling, I can say nothing short of swampy for a while. And I'm like, this is weird. I've never had an window air conditioner do this before. So since yesterday was a lovely day, I ended up pulling it out of the window and taking it apart as per the YouTube video and cleaning it up. Oh my goodness, y'all. They are disgusting. They are disgusting. And you have to be very careful with the metal slats part because they bend real easily and then it doesn't work as effectively as it would if they were all straight and lined up like they're supposed to be. But down in the bottom, the gunk, there was fuzz, there was gunk, there was, I'm going to call it sewage. It looked like sewage. So then I'm in there with a toothbrush trying to clean stuff up and wiping off fan blades and all the things. So I haven't put it back in the window yet because I wanted to give it a little more time to dry. But I think not today, maybe not tomorrow, but the day after, I think is supposed to be miserably hot again. So we'll give it a whirl. But I now can add one more thing to my lists of things I know how to do. I can clean window air conditioners. Disgusting. So we have a section from Outrageous Openness by Tosha Silver, Letting the Divine Take the Lead. And I was pondering reading something out of a book I just finished. It's this little bitty book. Well, let me show it to you. But I couldn't find a section that felt quite right yet. So maybe I will. But this is Henri Nouwen, A Spirituality of Fundraising. And the reason I got this, look at how little it is. The reason I got this book was we are doing some fundraising for a group I belong to called Michigan Interfaith Power and Light, which has as its mission assisting the world in becoming more green, at least assisting Detroit area in becoming more green, and specifically inner city churches. So we do work to help inner city churches fund solar panels and improved lighting and repairs they need and all the things. So obviously we had I think it was $1.3 million EPA grant that when the regime came into power got pulled, despite the fact that it had already been dispensed. So things for not-for-profits are very difficult right now. So if you have a favorite not-for-profit, please help fund them. We're going to see how many not-for-profits survive the regime and then can get back on track in the aftermath. We shall see. But I also want to share with you part of my favorite book ever. Donna Onishuk Was Chased by Some Cows by Bill Grossman with pictures by Sue Truesdell, and she did an amazing job on those. So this is an old library copy that I've had for years. And when I found out I was having a grandbaby, one of the first things I did was order another copy. It's out of print now, but you can get it at used bookstores. Order another copy. So now we have one up there that when she gets a little older, because this is an elaborate book. And actually, if as I'm reading little sections to you to make my point today, you find that you love it as much as I do, there is a video on YouTube somewhere, you'll have to dig back in the bowels, of me reading the book to y'all. So if you want to check that out, that's pretty cool too. So for today, for those who like to follow along, it is chapter 13, page 157, at least in my book, it's 157. It's called Contestants Must Be Present to Win. And then the subtitle of it is When Travel Isn't Enough. The quote, this is funny, a Jewish Zen saying, "Be here now, be somewhere else later. Is that so hard?" So she says, when I was growing up in Pennsylvania, I had a small framed photo in my bedroom of a woman's hand gripping a suitcase. The caption said she was often seized with a desire to be somewhere else. Anybody? For years, I was consumed with a wanderlust that is perhaps endemic with 3 planets in Sagittarius. And the truth is, I'm never more at home than when I am traveling. I used to fantasize about exotic plane tickets and a passport filled with colorful visas, the way some people long to have children or a Porsche. Yet along the way, something happened. I noticed that often a trip I organized would be preemptively blocked. Once, a partner and I booked a 3-month journey to India, Bali, and Thailand that I'd constructed in my mind for years, like someone might obsessively craft a perfect house. Right before we bought the tickets, so many ludicrous, intense obstructions arose, we could only laugh and cancel. I once had a talented astrologer tell me that I'd spent countless incarnations roaming the earth like a vagabond. But, she said, hey, you've already seen it all before. How many lifetimes can you keep running? And that's the sentence I want us to pay attention to. How many lifetimes can you keep running? This time, she said, I was to go inward, learning to surrender to life as it was, right where I was, learning to be still, to bless and embrace it all, without limitation, without escape. I knew she was right. I knew she was right. So my question for all of us is, what do we keep trying to outrun? What are we running from? Is it emotions? Is it a certain emotion? Is it facing something that happened in our life? Is it facing something about us? Oh, yes, mic drop. Big, hairy mic drop. And that is actually kind of the theme of Donna Onishuk was chased by some cows. So let me just give you a few pieces of this. I adore this book. Okay. So here's the first page. And then I'm going to whistle through some, and then I'm going to show you a page at the end, or a page or two at the end. Donna Onishuk was chased by some cows, and also by mooses and gooses and sows. It happened one day when Donna at play patted a cow on the head. Can you tell I've read this about 8 zillion times? So it goes through all these pages where she's running away from all kinds of folks, running away from a kid who's chasing her on a bike, running away from a horse and a bison, and we all know what happens with the bison, right? Till the point where she gets to, she ran and she ran just as far as one can. Then she slowed and she stopped and she threw up her hands. And she turned and stood facing those folks who were chasing and said to them, "What do you want?" So there they all are. She's been afraid. She's been running. She was hiding in trees. She hid in a grocery store. She hid in a doctor's office. Head pats, they said. We want pats on the head. You give such incredible head pats, they said. They're so awfully good, we thought that it would be nice if you gave us some more. So the whole time she's running and running and running, escaping something that she thinks is going to be terrible, horrible, awful. And all they want is head pats. All they want is connection, right? How many of us run to escape connection? So, yes, thank you, Gwen. What do we keep running from? What do we avoid? What do we avoid talking about? Right? If someone says to us, "Hey, can we talk about X?" and you go, "Well, let's postpone that. Let's put that on the," or "No, I'd rather not." What's keeping you from being willing to talk about that? Does it feel like a safety issue? Like this is going to blow up into a fight, or I don't want to. And that actually was in the Henri Nouwen book, where it said something about we don't like to feel vulnerable in the asking. So in this case, it's fundraising. We're asking for money for something, which certainly is going to be a part of my process coming up here. We don't want to, especially when we're dealing with what he calls people with money, rich people. We don't want to come across as if we don't have, or as if we don't know what we're doing, or as if they have something that we're now begging for. He makes a very clear distinction between asking for money that is going to be a partnership. So his view of fundraising is you're entering into a partnership where you're helping to bring this person. He was he's a minister. He's deceased now. I think he died in 92. Anywho, that you're bringing this person more to spirit, to God, to the family, by offering them this opportunity to contribute to whatever it is you're doing, whatever your ministry is. And I truly feel that building housing for people who can't find what would suit them is ministry, is ministry. Instant so much running is setting new boundaries. Yes, yes. And again, the running doesn't always have to be bolting out the door in your red ball jets. It can be, "Oh, I'm on the phone, so I can't pay attention to you," or "I can't show up for lunch because something suddenly came up," or all the things that we do that may not be totally honest. right? There was someone yesterday, I was working with a client yesterday, and she was going to be telling a family member no about something and was kind of dancing around it. And so came up with an excuse that she was going to offer, which worked, but really it wasn't as directly honest as I think she would have liked to have been. So, yes, the avoidance piece. Avoidance is in fact a running away. It is in fact a running away. And so we're not saying you have to change how you're doing things, but what we're saying is like Donna Onishuk, sometimes you want to turn and face whatever it is and see, is it really this big, scary, horrible thing you thought it was going to be? Or does it shrink down to size, down to something manageable? I will tell you that for myself, tears were one of those things that I avoided for years. I do not want to cry. I do not want to feel weak. I do not want to feel less than, blah, blah, blah. And when I finally allowed them to be there, and you all have seen them more than once, right? That's progress for me. Um, it doesn't make me weaker. In fact, it makes me more real. And I hope that it models for all of you being more real. The more real we can be, I think the better off the earth is going to be, the better off this country's going to be. We need some honesty here. We've got the emperor wearing the new clothes, and there's some pieces to this puzzle that aren't on the playing table, and they're on the floor and they're upside down, and yeah, and they're getting scattered in the wind. So, the more honest we can be, the more true to ourselves we can be, the better. So, I'd just like to give us this opportunity today. It's Friday. Why not? Let's have it be Introspective Friday. What have I been running away from? What have I been avoiding? What might need addressing? What might be some ways to do that? Sometimes if we think about it too much, we talk ourselves out of it. Maybe rather than thinking about it, we just say something. Thank you. Yes, safe travels, and I will have fun with Miss Scarlett. At least the air has cleared to the point where I can take her for a walk now, so we won't be trapped in the house all day. The dog is still in his cone of shame, so we'll have to see if he's up for a walk or not. But yes. So I hope this was helpful. I'd love to hear some more comments in the feed in terms of what you're taking away from this, how this is going to impact you. And again, for those of you who want to go hunt up it's got to be at least 5 years old. No, way older than that even. Maybe it's even 10 years old of me reading Donna Onishuk Was Chased by Some Cows. You can find it on my YouTube channel. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.